appears to be completely sealed. Wait a minute, there's movement.
Everybody knows the world ain't right. Down on your knees, get up and fight.
G'day, Wronghound here. The majority of this video will be about an ongoing Easter egg hunt that the finals community is working through and has so far completed the first level of. More about that in just a moment. Firstly though, let's address the wrongs. In my analysis videos of the finals game teaser that was shown as part of the Gamescom event about a month ago, I had eventually predicted that the trailer for the finals would drop on September 14. This was based on the number of gold stars on this gold coin seen in the teaser, as well as some very muffled audio from the teaser which I thought was saying 14th of September. Clearly we didn't get a trailer for the game on the 14th or even a few days after that, so I was wrong, and now I think we just have to sit back and wait to see when the trailer drops. So I think no more date predictions from me, at least for now. Sorry if I got your hopes up, but sometimes as a content creator you got to go with what you think is an Easter egg that you've uncovered, especially if it appears to give us an important date for marketing of the game. Having said all that, we do know that the trailer will drop sometime in September, so at worst we have about 10 days to wait. Okay, so here's where the Easter egg part starts. The finals Discord community was focused for about 10 days on solving a series of pre-release Easter egg clues that the Embark Studios art team presented to us through concept art dropped on Twitter, as well as some clues they posted exclusively on the finals Discord. As I said, the community has now completed level 1, which I will run through in a moment. However, we don't know how many levels there are to this Easter egg or chain of Easter eggs. We might assume, though, that as the Easter eggs are happening before the game has launched, Embark might at least present us other clues until launch. So sometime around the end of the year, perhaps. So here's how what I am calling the Geocache Easter egg played out. We first saw the samurai image drop on Twitter in early September. The tweet text included 8 dots and exclamation marks that actually represent a binary code that converts to a /, which immediately suggested to us that there might be a website URL to work out. In the image, we also discovered 2 further lines of binary code also represented by dots and exclamation marks. These convert to the word Devon in the top right and crossing in the bottom right of the image. Adding Devon Crossing to the finals website URL gave us this page with a large red cross on it. The red cross was pretty confusing for the community at first because we didn't know if it meant that we were somehow wrong with the answer, or if it showed we had checked off the first part of the Easter egg. 4 days after the samurai image, an image of yellow character statues was tweeted out by the developers. The image had barely discernible pairs of numbers in each corner, 49 and 53, 54 and 52, 48 and 50, and 49 and 53. A similar image with these egg mascot statues was posted the following day, and that included the numbers 56, 54, 48, and 49 in the corners, which converts from decimal to plain text as 8601, indicating the use of the ISO 8601 standard for dates. This enabled the numbers from the first statue image to be translated to the date of 15th of February 1564. Now that just happens to be the birth date of Galileo Galilei, who was born in Pisa, Italy, and is most well known for his early astronomical observations through a telescope that he built. Now the team at Embark actually explained to the community after level 1 of the Easter egg was completed that the Leaning Tower of Pisa was also another hint for a / indicating the use of a URL to answer questions. That's something the community didn't get. Anyhow, the community worked out that adding the word Galileo to the finals website URL leads to another red cross, exactly the same as the red cross that was seen for Devon Crossing. The third part of the clues was then presented to us with this image of what you might call an urban ninja character with a katana sword at the ready, jumping over this tank driver helmet wearing teammate who's armed with an M4A1, while a bunch of flying barrels loom down on them. This is probably my favourite image so far from concept art that we've seen because it's almost like an in-game action shot. This image includes 2 Easter egg clues. The first, which we found and deciphered quickly, is this code below the words flammable liquid, which reads 002F. This converts as Unicode to a /, which again suggested we need to work out a URL, just like the other clues. The URL thing really comes as no surprise overall for all of these pre-release puzzle Easter eggs, as we have no other place but the finals website to input our answers to all of the clues until the game comes out. Secondly, the OSP ooze labelled food can attached to the back of the M4A1 wielding character has OG Beans written on it. If you've watched my previous videos, you'll know that OSP ooze is one of 2 Season 0 in-game sponsors for the finals. OSP ooze is represented by this cute egg mascot. The second Season 0 sponsor is Issel T, which appears to be based on a Korean K-pop star named Issel. Although the name Issel can also be dated back to a 12th century medieval romantic legend called Tristan and Isolde. The Season 0 sponsor comes with the tagline The Bias Wrecker, which is also a K-pop term. Now the community actually struggled to read the G in OG Beans initially, so the Embark Studios devs dropped this little angel egg art piece with a better view of the can. As a community, we hadn't worked out the correct URL for the OG Beans clue, and we kind of had a spell of a day or two struggling to make any headway with the Easter eggs when we made a breakthrough to take one of the first clues further. I'd actually spent several hours scouring the UK county of Devon via Google Earth looking for crossings or things related to crossings when I got really frustrated at my lack of progress, and so just Googled Devon Crossing again and discovered that there was a fella named William Crossing who roamed the moorland of Devon in the latter part of the 19th century. William made extensive notes about the area, which he published as books, and in those notes he mentioned a stone letterbox that is located in what is now known as the Dartmoor National Park, at a location called Cranmere Pool. The letterbox was established in 1854 by a guide named James Perrott, with the idea that hikers roaming across the moorland could leave a note in the letterbox for the next person to collect, and so on. It was, essentially, the very first type of geocaching, and letterboxing, as it's known in the area, continues in the Devon moorlands and elsewhere to this day. Reading about this new info in the Finals Easter Egg Discord channel, community member DeMeister, who you might recall from my recent video on destruction in the finals, was clever enough to simply add geocache as a suffix to the finals website URL, and voila, level 1 of the Easter egg hunt was solved, and we were rewarded with congratulations from our horn-wearing eggy friend here, and a brief party broke out in the finals Discord. The community then quickly worked out that the Galileo clue related to geocaching because Galileo is also a GPS system that can be used for modern geocaching. We had noted the GPS thing for Galileo previously, but didn't know if that was part of the clue or not. We also worked out that OG Beans stood for Original Can of Beans, or OCB, which is an actual can of beans that was one of the very first trade items included in modern geocaching. Adding OCB to the finals website URL gave us the final red cross that really completed level 1 of the Geocache Easter egg. So after 10 days or so of Easter egg hunting, we made it to level 1 of these pre-release Easter eggs for the finals. How many levels remain in this? Well, who knows? And exactly what lies at the end of this for the community if we solve whatever is the last level of the Easter eggs is a total unknown. But there's only one way to find out, and that's to keep solving them when they get presented to us. My hunch is that these concept art and website-based Easter eggs will run their course once the game is launched, and then maybe we can expect Easter eggs in the actual game to become the norm from that point on. What this has done, though, is definitely set the scene that Embark Studios are keen to carry on the tradition of Easter eggs that many of these game makers were involved with in their Battlefield days, which I'm really stoked to see. If you found this video helpful, please consider leaving a like and subscribe if you'd like all the latest info about the finals game and other games from Embark Studios. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your day. Kia kaha, stay strong.